Hi, this is my game, Spellgardia. It is a magic-based survivor game I have been working on since November. Welcome to episode 10, where I will show you how 6 changes not only improved the game greatly, but also made the classes balanced. First and foremost, let me reveal something I'm very excited about. I replaced the main character. This one has idle, movement, and attack animations. I am curious what you think, but for me, it made the game so much better. Now on to the main topic. Previously, we had a big problem. The Ice Mage class was way stronger than the Shaman and the Pyromancer, combined. So in episode 9, I buffed them and also gave them passive spells, which were Thunder for the Shaman and Fiery Vengeance for the Pyromancer. But in the end, all this effort was in vain, as it was still not enough to close the gap. So I spent some time thinking in a relaxing setup and had a breakthrough on balancing the classes. One issue with my game is that I spawn all mobs at once. In Wave 9, where you are facing 100 enemies, they all pop into existence at the same time. So if you have 100 monsters coming at you, no wonder only the class with the best crowd control will stand a chance. I changed this to a queuing system and now only spawn at most 4 mobs per second. This gives more variance in fights, as it is not always big crowds, but overall more balanced encounters. Previously, there was no way to recover health at all. I'm not a fan of fully healing up between all waves, so I only added a subtle healing effect that only happens when you are waiting for the next wave. Surprisingly, this balances classes, since it forgives early mistakes for the Shaman and the Pyromancer, so it comes to later wave performances to determine who is best. And I think the heal effect is a real eye candy. This is a big one that changed everything. I came up with the most convoluted damage reduction formula ever. Damage equals damage minus armor. Amazing, right? So how does it make such a big difference? Well, it is because Ice Mage spells deal only 2 to 3 damage, versus armored mobs that is 1 to 2. That is a big change. On the other hand, the Shaman has a tornado spell, which normally deals 7 damage, which, according to this, would become 6. That is not as much of a difference. This puts a small variety to mobs, enabling having shielded or armored enemies, while also indirectly nerfs the Ice Mage but does not have a big impact on the other classes. This is a simple one. Hitting enemies, seeing the damage numbers fly off, is fun. You know what is even more fun? Large, yellow numbers popping up every now and then, knowing you have dealt critical damage. There is not much to it, the critical chance is a fixed 5%, and the damage is doubled. The purpose it serves is making the game more satisfying and a bit unexpected. Up until now, all explosions dealt exactly 5 damage. Now that's gone and it can be variable. For example, Shockwave's explosion has been nerfed to 3, Meteor's explosion has been buffed to 8. This is a very simple way to balance spells and classes, and it was a bad idea in the first place to make this non-customizable. Meteor is definitely more destructive than a small fireball, right? I have removed the mana orb in episode 9, because at this early stage of the game, the mana system only penalizes and annoys the player instead of being an organic part of strategy. That left us with cooldowns only. And cooldowns are fine, except for one small thing. You can absolutely cast all the spells at the same time. This is silly and shouldn't happen. So to get rid of this bug, I first implemented a global cooldown, meaning that casting one spell puts all the others on a very short timer. But since I replaced the main character with the animated sprite, which comes with an attack animation and therefore a cast time, now you can only cast one spell, eliminating this issue completely. We left the poor overpowered Ice Mage without a passive spell in the last episode. Let's give it one now. We definitely don't want to give it more offensive power, nor make it too strong again with some witty new system, so here's the simple one. Frost Shield. Frost Shield absorbs one hit and then it is gone for 20 seconds. Having that time passed, it recharges, and then ready to take another hit for you again. Looks cool, it has its use, but nothing crazy. Following the data-driven approach from last video, I have measured all the classes with these new changes. The rules explained briefly. Bots will be playing 200 games each. We assign a score to every game by simply taking the amount of mobs defeated as a metric, and then take the average to compare the three classes. Here are the results. On the bottom, 1 bar means 1 game played, and it is color-coded to represent the class. Orange is Pyromancer, blue is Ice Mage, teal is Shaman. Then, on the top, you can see the average taken for each of the classes, and below that is the average damage dealt by each spell. I consider these results a significant progress. It seems we have solved balancing. Well, at least, until I break it again.